Personality number 4. People born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, and 31st of any month. We also need to first determine which planet governs them. They are governed by the planet Rahu. What is Rahu? What kind of planet is it? It is a mystical planet because it does not exist on the physical plane. It is the ascending node of the moon, the point of intersection of the orbits of the sun and the moon. When this occurs, a solar eclipse happens. Let's remember this, because during a solar eclipse, the phenomenon itself is quite mystical, just like the planet Rahu. In general, let's delve a little into mythology and reflect on what kind of planet Rahu is and how it was formed. The thing is, it is the head of a demon. Why the head of a demon? And where is the body of the demon? The body of the demon is the people of the number 7, born on the 7th, 16th, and 25th. And the people of the number 4 are the head of the demon. Why? What happened? There was a certain demon who wanted to drink the divine nectar, Amrita, to become immortal. But at the last second, the supreme god Vishnu noticed this and hurled a discus at him. And the discus split his head, severing it, and thus the head became the number 4, while the body of the demon became the number 7. This is also very important. Why? Because it all affects people. It influences their characteristics. It affects their quality. And how it influences? This mythology simply states that the people of the number 4, since they have the head of a demon, have a huge amount of energy in their head, and this head constantly generates a vast amount of fears, illusions, phobias, and various ideas. It's like a whole volcano. They live their entire lives. A whole series unfolds in the head, which is also important to understand. As for the 7s, they are the body of the demon. On the contrary, all their energy is in the body. But we will discuss the 7s later when this video comes. So, regarding what comes next. The people of the number 4 are those who live their lives in their heads. They have a vast number of ideas. Every day, ideas are born and die. And this process happens endlessly. Of course, they suffer from this because fears, phobias, and illusions are also born in their heads, which are understandable only to these people. You can ask people of the number 4 about their phobias and fears, and you will be surprised that these individuals likely have fears you wouldn't even think of. It's not just about being stuck in an elevator. For example, they might be afraid of some ladybugs or insects that you think, how can one be afraid of that? In general, they have a whole world. A world in their heads, and this is very interesting. They are innovators, they are creative thinkers, they often bring new ideas, new things, and new creativity into this world. We are grateful to these individuals because they change this world. They are like revolutionaries who have come to change this world. They often live by their own rules. Even in simple everyday matters, everything will be done their way. They may have strange, unconventional rules. I met a guy, a number 4, who eats once a day. He eats a hearty meal. He has breakfast in the morning and doesn't eat anywhere else for the rest of the day, and this has been the case for a long time. These individuals are insatiable because they possess a somewhat demonic energy, and this demonic energy makes them insatiable. They are constantly craving something. They can enjoy the results of their activities, but they devalue them, remaining in a constant race for goals. Once they achieve one goal, they don't enjoy the result, and immediately move on to the next goal, and then to the third. They can easily fall into negativity and apathy, getting upset because they cannot enjoy the results. Imagine setting a goal, working towards it, and only when you achieve it, it becomes uninteresting to you. You didn't even feel or enjoy the result of that goal. This is the kind of demonic energy, the energy of Rahu, that influences them. Everything that enters their heads becomes fuel for new ideas. They need to train positive thinking. It's important for people of the number 4 to start cultivating positive thinking to avoid falling into their illusions, fears, and phobias, to learn to enjoy life and control their thoughts. It's also very important for them not to consume anything that clouds their consciousness, such as alcohol or any substances. Otherwise, they may live an illusory life. Any substances that affect our consciousness and alter our perception create illusions, and number 4s create a huge number of illusions for themselves, detaching from reality. They may not understand where reality ends and where their illusions and phobias begin. In general, I do not recommend alcohol to anyone, but for number 4s, it is categorically forbidden to drink alcohol or take any substances, and so on. Now, let's move on to the main karmic tasks. Look, if this is a demonic energy, they are easily prone to apathy and negativity. Therefore, their main karmic task is to train positive thinking. They need to learn to combat this negativity, develop positive thinking, and look at the world with a smile. They should learn to enjoy the world, to appreciate simple everyday things. Step outside, see the sun shining outside, and be happy. Smile and be positive no matter what happens in your life. They need to learn to be positive people, and this is a karmic task. Karmic tasks are specifically designed to be challenging for us. For people of the number 4, being positive is difficult, but they need to learn this and keep it in mind throughout their lives, staying on a positive wavelength. Secondly, it is important for these individuals to have a predisposition to spiritual practices and mystical practices, so they should engage in spiritual development, esotericism, and religion. All of this will bear good fruit. One can confidently spend money on meditation, yoga, retreats, and trips to places of power, because all of this will always benefit these individuals, bringing them more than they invested. Therefore, the best investments for these individuals are to spend on the spiritual, on books, on yoga, on education, and on trips to holy places. All of this will be for their benefit. It is also important for them to learn to turn off their internal dialogue, as their inner dialogue never quiets down. It constantly tells them something, constantly generating new phobias, new thoughts, and new ideas. It is extremely important for them to learn to turn off their minds. So, how can one turn off the mind? Good, intense, powerful sports can effectively quiet the mind, not just a casual walk around the city, but proper, strong sports. You can try boxing, you can try karate, or you can try long-distance running, because these workouts guarantee to turn off the mind. You can't think when you're being hit, or you can't dwell on a problem for long when you're running 40 kilometers, because you'll be thinking about something else. Therefore, it's important for them to engage in intense sports, even if they don't want to. Because their consciousness tends to negativity and strives to fall back into negative thinking, they often feel that engaging in sports will help them, but they frequently procrastinate. However, they need to exercise at least 3 times a week. This will help them cope with their negative thinking and turn off their internal monologue. Meditation is also crucial, as it is an excellent tool for stopping your mind. Meditate, practice breathing techniques, do yoga, and sports. All of this will help silence your inner dialogue. Additionally, it is important to get rid of illusions and fears. Seriously, you have a huge number of these illusions and fears. Just take a notebook and write down all your fears, everything that occupies your mind. Think about whether these fears can really materialize or if they even exist. Perhaps you just invented them. Consider how to rid yourself of these illusions and fears. Sometimes it's important to take off the rose-colored glasses and see the world as it truly is, without fabricating anything. This is also the 4th karmic task, to rid oneself of illusions. The 5th karmic task is to stop judging and condemning others. They love to evaluate and criticize people, pondering whether someone acted rightly or wrongly, honestly or dishonestly. This is their favorite pastime. Therefore, it is important to stop judging others and to focus on oneself to become a happy and successful person. Understand that happy and successful people do not judge anyone. They focus on their own happiness and enjoy their success without needing the problems of others. So please direct your focus and attention to yourself. This is your 5th karmic task. And of course, the 6th karmic task. Look, these individuals have 6 karmic tasks because of the mystical energy, the demonic energy, which is inherently negative. Therefore, to bring about positivity, many karmic tasks need to be resolved. The 6th karmic task is to realize their creative energy, because you have creativity and creativity by nature. You are inventors, brilliant creators, and makers. It is important for you to direct your creative energy for good and to create new ideas, new projects, or even new objects. This can simply be creativity. You can draw, write, sculpt with clay, or do anything, as long as you direct it so that it materializes in this reality. Additionally, it is important for these individuals to set specific, measurable goals. Why? Because they are very good at achieving goals, and when a person has a goal, there is less negativity in life, and it becomes clear what to do. These individuals should also have clarity on what to do today, so they need to set specific measurable goals for this month, the next quarter, the year, 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Goals are very important, especially for fours. Think about and write down your goals in areas such as business, work, personal hobbies, achievements, sports, and what you personally want for yourself. And of course, your family goals, which include relationships with relatives, children, husband, wife, and so on. So, secondly, write down all your fears and look at them from a different perspective. So, we have discussed this. And thirdly, quitting bad habits is also very important because fours are easily drawn into negativity. They can easily become alcoholics or get involved with dependent individuals. Therefore, dear fours, give up alcohol. There is no happiness or joy in it. Move away from alcohol and harmful substances and start living a real, vibrant life, a bright, dynamic life possible without harmful substances and alcohol. So, it is critically important for you that your demonic energy does not surface. In a positive state, qualities such as creativity, quick thinking, hard work, analytical skills, honesty, stability, and logic develop. By the way, these are people who love justice. They want everything in life to be fair and honest. Therefore, in a positive state, they possess honesty. But what develops in a negative state? And in the negative sense, fears, illusions, feelings of guilt, the desire to break the law, closed-mindedness, dependence on harmful substances, tendencies towards self-destruction, deceit, cruelty, and manipulation develop. You see, a whole set of negative qualities can develop in them. Therefore, dear number fours, people born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, and 31st, be attentive to your karmic tasks, stay strong, and always be aware. And realize your talents, realize your abilities. Now we move on to people born specifically on the 4th. The 4th is a number that has only the whole integral energy of Rahu. What does it bring? It brings that 97% of the energy is in the head of this person. You are living a real series in which there are ideas, fears, illusions, and phobias. It is necessary to release this energy into the body through sports. Indeed, for people born on the 4th, it is always important to engage in sports because otherwise they have no energy in their bodies. All their energy is in their heads. It is important to release it there. Engage in sports, definitely active sports, an active lifestyle, and walking a lot will also help. You can both walk and do sports, not just walk. No. Sports and a lot of walking, a lot of strolling, at least 15,000 steps daily. You may often find yourself in a negative state, and it is important to learn how to get out of it. Walks with good music will help you, plus sports will help you, meditation will help you, yoga will help you. It is highly recommended to engage in spiritual practices and meditations and to learn to stop the inner dialogue. The first part of life can be very grounded and pragmatic with an increased sense of justice. They have a very heightened sense of justice. So often because of this, you may suffer and simply get upset that everything in this world is unfair. This is often how number fours express themselves. Therefore, it is necessary to simply accept the fact that, in reality, everything in the world is fair and everyone will get what they deserve. Just accept this as a fact, as an axiom, and do not argue with it. Sooner or later, you will come to understand that everything in the world is fair and everyone will receive what they deserve. Now, the next number is 13. The number 13 is very interesting because it contains the energies of the number 1, and 1 represents leadership, selfishness, and achievement. And the 3 is also about selfishness. It is also about achievement, but at the same time, 3s possess quick intelligence. Therefore, thanks to the energies of the numbers 1 and 3, you can create unique business projects and directions, easily coming up with all sorts of schemes, including illegal ones, to make money. But it is always important for you to adhere to the law, because if you step over the law, and there is such temptation, as you are influenced by such energies, then luck will turn away from you. Therefore, it is important to do everything honestly and fairly. You may be a rather cold person and shut yourself off from those around you. Well, indeed, because the energy of 1 is cold, the energy of 3 is cold, and together they give 4, which is also not warm. Therefore, of course, these are somewhat cold people. They have an inflated ego, a sense of superiority over others because they are so brilliant, because they are so talented, because they can do everything. Therefore, it is necessary to learn to understand and accept people as they are, to be friendly, to be cheerful, to become an open person to another person. Not to retreat into seclusion, not to turn to asceticism. Often, fate delivers such blows after which you only become stronger. So remember that this saying is important for you. A leader grows in struggle. Therefore, if you have a struggle, great, you become stronger. It is important to achieve set goals, to be on a positive wave, to maintain a sober lifestyle, and to develop your spirituality because you also have a spiritual side and it will help you. So let's move on. Let's move on. Now we have the number 22. 22 is a very interesting number. It is a master number, as it is called in Vedic numerology, because it has two repeating digits, two twos. 2 represents depth, understanding, and relationships with people, which together give 4, and 4 represents creativity. What does this mean? Usually brilliant people, truly genius new revolutionaries, are born on these dates. These people can change the world, indeed on a global scale. If you look, there is a politician, Lenin, who changed an entire country in his time in Russia. He changed an entire country, changed the entire politics. There are other people as well. You can take a look. Many interesting dates. Fidel Castro, if I may be mistaken, but it seems that Fidel Castro was also born on the 22nd. So, you came into this world to create new things. You have a very strong number with immense potential for development. You can create large-scale projects, new directions in politics, religion, fashion, and business, in art. You are a revolutionary, an innovator. You are the one who came to change this world. You are a born diplomat. Relationships with people are very important for you. You are always among people and can sense them well, reading them like a scanner. In general, all problems will come from people, honestly, and all ideas, and all success will also come from people. It is important for you to understand this. You are a person who should live among people and interact with them. Be careful with relatives because those born on the 22nd may have problems with relatives. There may be themes like betrayal through close people, through relatives, through friends. So be cautious, be attentive. Just accept the fact that this can happen in your life and don't get too upset about it because this is also one of those karmic tasks. To be filigree, to be transcendent above all this. So, what else? It is important to learn to tame your emotions and always engage in spirituality. For those born on the 22nd, it is important to always engage in spirituality. They have a talent for it, and because of this, they can create truly large-scale global projects. It is precisely spirituality that will help you find a way out of difficult situations. And there will be difficult situations because of the magic of such a number, which will serve as your life compass. Therefore, engaging in spirituality and religion will only be a plus for you. Remember, if you have immense potential, you also have an equal force of resistance. Those born on the 20th or 22nd have enormous life potential with which they can create magnificent global projects, come up with new religions, devise new politics, and even create a new country. These people can do it all, but they also have an equal negative potential, a negative force that pulls them down. Therefore, they are susceptible to negativity, especially harmful habits. It is important for them to learn to fight against this, and spirituality will certainly help them. So, we have one number left, the 31st. The 31st is interesting because it is a lucky number for achieving material goals. Any goals can be achieved without problems. The main thing is to set goals, engage your mind, and activate your creativity, and you will achieve your goals. There is immense potential for large-scale projects in pursuit of your goals, and you can act quite radically. It is very important to learn to work with your fears and negative thoughts. These people can work on different projects, manage several projects simultaneously, and all projects will be successful. They have such an ability. You can become a good astrologer, numerologist, esotericist, or any other specialist without any problems, because they also have this gift. These people are very close to the mystical, and they feel the mystical breath of their lives very subtly. Therefore, it is important for you to start sharing your knowledge. It is important to set global goals that will benefit the world. It is necessary to learn to express love and understanding towards people and to come to unconditional service. They have all the qualities to achieve everything they desire: a quick mind, leadership qualities, creativity, and a striving for spirituality, esotericism, and the knowledge of the unknown. Therefore, dear people born on the 31st, just act. All the cards are in your hands. In the next video, we will talk about the personality number 5.